necessary to know the do's and don'ts of the game. As I urge you to listen attentively to the Chief Judge of the panel.
We expect you to speak strongly on your points. We will try our best to be very impartial. What we will use today to judge you is your appearance and dressing. We will check the points you're able to raise. We will look at your time management, your ability to manage time when you come up here. And you should be able to compose yourself, not dance to your points. We will also check your grammar and tenses, how well you're able to speak the English language. And then we'll check your pronunciation and your dictions. As I said, we will do well to be very impartial judges. We wish you the best of luck.
It's time to permit the students to do what they know how to do best, as I invite the lead speaker proposing team to come up stage.
Good day, Mrs. Moderator, the panel of judges, the accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, and my distinguished audience. My name is Vocational. I am here to propose a motion that says vocational or technical colleges are better than non-vocational or technical colleges. I have convincing points to clarify my stand, but before I proceed, I would like to define the topic to the understanding of both my opponent and the entire audience. Technical or vocational colleges, according to World Encyclopedia, are those colleges that provides training in employment preparatory skills through engineering and commercial courses, while non-technical or vocational colleges are those colleges that are aimed at preparing their students to pursue a career in white-collar jobs. Apart from the definition given to us by World Encyclopedia, the National Policy on Education states that vocational education leads to the acquisition of practical and applied skills, as well as basic scientific knowledge. This forms the practical segment of an individual's education and also helps to improve an individual's qualification. International experience suggests that employers want their graduate recruits to be competent technically. They want them to come out of schools well equipped with the compulsory life skills. Therefore, training a child technically or vocationally is like putting a round peg in the round hole. Development of talent and skills. I want to establish a common ground that Nigeria's educational system now focuses on developing the God-given talent our youth are endowed with, so that in little or no time, we will be able to produce and export our own electronic gadgets, construct and drive our own cars, as well as fly our own aircraft. All this, when achieved, will help to diversify our economy and improve the standard of living. Interestingly, I, Ubong Sunday, in Electrical Electronics Department, have a vision of producing a cell phone whose battery will never run down due to the fact that it is constantly charged by wind energy everywhere you go, even in the bedroom. And I have seen the possibility of me achieving this my vision and dream in a technical college like Ekasus Technical College. But at the moment, I have been able to do a circuit construction. And as you can see here, this is the control switch and this is the switches. When you plug this in to the power supply and you on the switches, the bulb will shine as well as the socket outlet. I hope with the foregoing, my opponents in a non-technical college will believe with me and that will be convinced that technical colleges are better than non-technical colleges. Thank you.
I invite the lead speaker, opposing team, to come up stage.
Good morning, the moderator, panel of impartial judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, and the audience. I'm here to oppose the motion which states that the vocational or technical colleges are better than the non-vocational or non-technical colleges. First, I would like to define the technical and the non-technical colleges. The technical colleges are those colleges which are involved in training people or students on skills that can enable them earn a living. The non-technical colleges, which are simply the universities, are those colleges which give the students the required knowledge to become the best in their careers through teaching. I would like to oppose to the already mentioned topic with the following points: societal perception of the vocational or technical colleges. Generally speaking, members of the society view the vocational schools and their graduates as imbalanced given the limited areas of study they cover. This is responsible for the low employment opportunities often allocated to them, as well as the low-key roles that they are saddled with in the society. On the other hand, the non-technical colleges are demanded higher in the society, and it is also evident in the employer's emphasis on university certificates as a prerequisite for employment. Similarly, even when the technical students are employed in areas where they are specialized, a university graduate is usually employed to supervise or oversee them. The reason for this is not far-fetched. The belief that beyond the practical aspects, the technical students are unable to handle challenges within the theoretical aspects and beyond. Secondly, narrow field of study. The technical colleges don't provide their students with a broad field of study. They are restricted to only a particular area. The non-technical colleges provide their students with broader educational experience and deeper understanding of a particular course they would like to venture into. For instance, an undergraduate of English studies in the Nigerian university is opportune to study courses like linguistics, history, theater arts, and French. My opponents have erroneously stated that the non-technical colleges are involved only in the theoretical aspect of learning and not in the practical aspect. I disagree with that. I want to ask, if you do not understand what you want to venture into from the root of it, how do you cope in the training schools? You will definitely be stranded. If an engineer quickly jumps into a training school and is asked to operate a certain machine or to state how the machine functions, he or she won't be able to do this, but would have been able to do so if he actually attended a non-technical college. If well noticed, most of the universities today are involved in teaching their students practical aspects alongside the theories. Thirdly, employment. Graduates of the non-technical colleges are more exposed to employment opportunities. Like I earlier said, employers' emphasis is on university certificates as a prerequisite for employment. If you go to the banks, you can see an engineer working as a cashier, and you will be surprised that he does even better than the students who actually graduated from banking and finance and accountancy. On the other hand, the technical students are only stereotyped, as they cannot move from their career to another area of specialization. I hope with the few points so far highlighted, I've been able to convince you that the non-technical colleges are far better than the technical colleges.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the first supporting speaker proposing team.
Mr. Moderator, permit me to stand on the already existing protocol. I enjoy the point that my colleague on the proposing side just gave. I just want to add that even the government is aware of the importance of vocational education. No wonder our governor, Deacon Udom Gabriel Emmanuel, takes a proactive initiative by sending about 2,000 persons to learn vocational skills, and also having the vision to industrialize Akwa Ibom State. I will remind my co-debaters that the Federal Ministry of Education instructs that at least one trade course should be added as a compulsory subject to post-primary educations. My moderator, here you will agree with me that the non-vocational colleges seated by my side here are offering some of the trade courses in their school. Is it not true? Don't be intimidated. Let us talk. After all, this is an argumentative section. Non-technical colleges offering what I will say 30% of what the federal government needs, both globally and locally. My dear audience, which is better? Entrepreneurial skills. This is the ability to make money by starting or running a business, especially when it involves taking a financial risk. From Vanguard on the 10th of September 2012, Peter Osalo said that our focus is on the roles of vocational education in enhancing entrepreneurial skills that will equip students in entrepreneurship education. Now you can see with me that technical colleges has its own peculiarities and attraction. Ladies and gentlemen, as far as technical school is concerned, it is the best college and citadel of learning. One non-technical college denies our opportunity and does not improve our inner skills. These reasons and others earlier mentioned makes technical school better than non-technical school. Thanks.
I welcome the first supporting speaker opposing team to defend her school.
All protocols duly observed. I'm Helen Yaimos, and I am here to oppose the motion that states that vocational or technical colleges are better than non-technical colleges with the following point. First, we have theoretical aspect and in-depth explanation. This method of teaching enables students to understand and assimilate better because teachers are able to explain in details and describe the step-by-step processes required to get things done properly. Also, more subjects in all areas of endeavors, including sciences, humanities, and social sciences, are being covered in the non-technical colleges, which helps to make an individual flexible instead of stiff and one-sided, as would have been the case in technical colleges. Secondly, we have emphasis on expository and discussional methods. In non-technical colleges, teachers and lecturers put in more effort in making known to the student the theoretical aspect of a given subject at hand. Technical colleges are based on demonstration and practical methods, rather than expository, discussional, and eventually the practical methods which are carried out by the non-technical colleges, where students are exposed to in-depth knowledge and understanding of the subject matter. This is because the theoretical aspect helps to complement the practicals and also helps to widen or expand a student's understanding of the subject or topic. For instance, a medical doctor or an engineer. Medical doctors usually go to laboratories to practicalize what they've been taught theoretically. At the undergraduate level, medical students usually begin their practicals with mammals such as rats and eventually proceed to human beings. These theories backed up with practicals give them an edge over the vocational students or graduates. The engineers are not left out of this. In addition to the theoretical aspect they are given, they are also sent out to construction companies, exploration companies, and so on industrial attachments in order for them to practicalize what they've been taught theoretically. Furthermore, it is no secret that teachers are also taught the theoretical aspect of teaching, evident in methodologies, before they are also sent out on teaching practice to practicalize or exhibit what they've been taught. I hope with the following points I've been able to convince you that the non-technical colleges are far better than technical colleges. Thank you.
I invite the second supporting speaker, proposing team.
Standing on the already existing protocol, it might really interest my opponents to know that a country like Indonesia rapidly moved from the status of a third world country to the largest economy in Southeast Asia and the fourth most populous country in the whole world. All this predicated upon the fact that Indonesia follows the laudable initiative of sending their time, energy, and citizens to vocational and technical skills training with little regard to non-technical training, just to help their citizens learn their language. And so, Nigeria, Akwa Ibom State, and I want to replicate Indonesia in order to boost our economy. That is why the government of Akwa Ibom State makes a move in training people vocationally more. Reductions in indiscriminate criminal acts. Technical and vocational education is needed in every aspect of our life. The problems of juvenile delinquencies and crimes can be reduced if the youths are given the necessary technical training that will keep them busy. In a developed world, vocational and technical education is regarded as a wise investment. It is believed by many people that vocational and technical education on the youth makes them more disciplined, creative, and representable as they spend more time finding new ideas for innovations. Don't forget that all these are enhanced with the help of our technical colleges, and so I, Enobong Emmanuel Christopher, in the home economics department, can bake the bread we eat, even the chin-chin and the cakes. I can also sew my clothes. I don't want to mention the bracelets that I can make from beads with many designs. I can also produce things like eyesals and liquid soaps. All these are vocations that can help me to earn a living even now. My opponents, what can you do? Or do you want to suffer unemployment where most white-collar jobs are being dominated by computers created by our technicality? My dear audience, this is a very unique situation that happens always. In our own generally, when our appliances dysfunctions, we give them out to nearby technicians for repair. But with my technical and vocational educational skills, I will unscrew it or dismantle it as the case may be and find solutions within my reach. So think and rethink, because I believe that you've already been convinced that vocational and technical colleges are better than non-technical colleges. Thank you.
At this point, we'll go on a break. We'll be right back.
It was my big sister's matriculation. Mom and Dad were so proud. And the party was quite rare. Till we all got whiff of an unexpected guest.
There's a rumble in my tummy going boom bada boom bada boom. It means that I am hungry and me time is near. I am so excited that I can hardly wait. My mouth is getting ready to sing the Mimi song.
Take me, break me, any way you make me. Mimi, noodle, Mimi, noodle. Mimi, taste me, feel me, any way you want me. Mimi, noodle, Mimi, noodle. Mimi, love me, have me, there is always more of me. Onion, chicken, hot and spice. Mimi, any way you want me, any way you like me. Mimi, noodle, Mimi, noodle, Mimi, noodle, Mimi.
Mimi noodles, there's more to me. Produced by May and Baker.
What a sense of pride, what a fulfillment for every parent when you have a child who is articulate, who speaks logically and stands out. That's what NTA Channel 12 wants to achieve with the program Growing Up, so that indeed as leaders, not just of tomorrow but for today, can start grooming them to be able to speak logically, to be able to gain confidence, which will make them truly our leaders for a better Nigeria. So join the group on NTA Channel 12 Uyo. It's a platform for an articulate and a leader speaker. Join us all the time.
Growing Up. Growing Up is an educative program for the teenage and the upcoming generation.
Growing Up is a program that promotes value-based education and noble moral standards in the upcoming generation, as they are the leaders of tomorrow.
What has this civilization really done? Civilization.
We have gone for competition. We have won. You have gone for competition. Have you won?
Growing Up, a debate special and unique.
Growing Up, raising young minds for the future. For inquiries and sponsorship, please call 0806-429-4907.
For comments and contribution, do like our Facebook page on www.facebook.com/growingup.debate. Growing Up, a must-watch for everyone.
Welcome back. I'm glad you're still there. If you're just joining us, the program is Growing Up, reaching you from your very dependable TV station, NTA Channel 12 Uyo. For comments and contributions, like our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/growingup.debate. At this point, I invite the second supporting speaker, opposing team.
All protocols duly observed. I am Ifeok Joninok. I am here to oppose the motion that states that vocational colleges are better than non-vocational colleges with the following points. First, lower income earners. Vocational graduates are usually lower income earners. Though it might be hard to believe, but this is very true. If you want to confirm this, you can walk down to a hairdresser who is working under someone and ask him or her what he earns at the end of the month. Whatever response you get is the reply. Secondly, self-reliance. Upon graduation, both sets of students would want to venture into self-establishment, thereby searching for funds. Where there are no funds, they would divert into doing other things. This is not possible for the vocational graduates because of their restricted area of study, but this is very possible for the non-vocational graduates because of their broad area of study. For example, a hairdresser and a medical doctor. A hairdresser will not be able to venture into doing other things. Meanwhile, a medical doctor, even while practicing his medical career, can also venture into doing other things. A typical example is Professor Ben Carson, who is a seasoned neurologist and also a prolific novelist. His work, Gifted Hands, is one of the world best-selling books today. Thirdly, lack of creativity. It is often believed that students of the non-vocational colleges are more creative than those of the vocational colleges. Why is this so? This is because those of the vocational colleges have a particular principle of doing things. Meanwhile, those of the non-vocational colleges, they have a general principle of trial and error. Furthermore, students of the non-vocational colleges are curious. They try to know how things are done and different ways in which one thing can be achieved. An example is Thomas Edison, who tried several times before he was able to invent the electric bulb we are all enjoying today. Had he relaxed, would he be able to do this? No. I hope with the following points, I've been able to convince you that vocational colleges are not as good as the non-vocational colleges.
And the reply speech is when the lead speakers fight for a spot at the winning top. I invite the lead speaker, proposing team.
Good day, Ms. Moderator. Please permit me to stand on the already existing protocol. I laughed when I heard all the points so far raised by my opponents, but I am here to counter all of them with few questions. Since my opponents believe that non-technical colleges are better than technical colleges, why then did our visionary governor, Deacon Udom Gabriel Emmanuel, accept the slogan, Dakada? Is it not for our state development? Can this by any means be achieved without vocational education? If you go to a developed country like the United States of America, what do you see? All that you see are products of technology, which are being done by graduates of technical college. I heard the first speaker on the opposing side say that technical colleges do not train people theoretically, but I want to prove it to her that we are trained practically and theoretically. So therefore, technical colleges are better than non-technical colleges. Thank you.
The lead speaker, opposing team, come and neutralize those points and save your school.
I stand on the already existing protocols. I want to appreciate this distinguished panel for giving me this opportunity to hit the nail on the head. I would like to oppose to the topic with this point. Monotony. Vocational colleges give rise to monotony. That is doing one thing over and over again for the rest of one's life, and this leads to boredom. I want to ask, is anyone seated here willing to do one thing for the rest of his life? Meanwhile, the vocational colleges promote diversity and variety, which we all know is the spice of life. Abraham Noam Chomsky, a seasoned linguist, philosopher, psychologist, and journalist, encapsulates this point, which is only obtainable in the non-vocational colleges. I hope with this point, I've been able to convince you that the non-vocational colleges are better than the vocational colleges. Thank you.
At this time, I hand it over to the panel of judges.
Thank you very much for all your efforts for today. I want you to agree with me that it's a difficult decision to take. It's been very hot here, but I told you at the beginning we are going to do everything to make sure that it's very impartial. We are very impartial panel of judges. You could see us struggling to make sure that whatever we will come out with, you will all agree with us. It's obvious they all did very well. The only thing is that there has to be a winner. So for me, I feel the both schools are winners. The proposing school, Ekasu Secondary and Technical College, had altogether 3 good speakers who spoke strongly well. And their points were great. In all, we noticed that they scored very high points. The total of their score is 700 for the proposing school. 762 points. The opposing school, Imperial Secondary School, Eket, came up with 768 points. I want you to agree with us that this is a very fair judgment. And everybody, like I said, is a winner. I'm going to present an award to somebody very unassuming, very confident. He's quite eloquent as well. And I kept watching him. Everything that came out from his mouth didn't look like his size. We want to appreciate the best speaker for today, in the person of Ubong Sunday.
On that note, we wrap it up on today's package of the program. I hope you had a swell time watching. We will do this again next time, same station, on another educative topic. But until then, let's keep building a nation where peace and justice shall reign. From all of us, it's bye for now. My name is Miriam Setufe. Thanking you for watching. Remain blessed.
We still have some more